Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and we are having a look today at a puzzle that has been created by the puzzle author Puzzle Tank, but the creation process was documented, was recorded, and has formed a TikTok video apparently. Now, I have not watched the video because I've been warned there are spoilers for the puzzle in it, but I thought it would be fun to have a go at the puzzle and then provide you with the link not only to the puzzle today, but also to this TikTok video that shows how Puzzle Tank created the puzzle. And we do get a lot of requests for people asking, how do you go about creating puzzles? Love to see more about that. We have in the past, it's quite a long time ago now, I have to admit, featured a number of videos by various setters showing how they created puzzles. And it's a very interesting process, but this is one where you can check up basically and have a look. As I say, the creation video includes spoilers, so if you want to try the puzzle first, that's entirely up to you. That's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to have a go. I'm going to tell you the rules and have a go at it in a moment. First of all, I'm going to tell you all about what's going on around the channel. So we've got a Patreon site where, well, the April monthly reward was Sandra and Nala's brilliant Sudoku hunt called Bug Friends, where Nala went looking for bugs. You can still try that on the site. And there are crossword and gridogram and connections videos every month, several videos, loads of content. It's just great fun over there. Check us out on Patreon. Do join us. Support the channel. You can also support the channel by subscribing, by liking the videos, by leaving comments. We appreciate it all and it helps the algorithm. So that would be nice. And you can go further by buying merchandise, either from our older range of Cracking the Cryptic mugs and hats and mouse pads and water bottles, t-shirts, hoodies, etc., or from the newer range of Rat Run merch designed by Marty Sears, which is fantastic too. Now, should you wish to go further, there are apps. We have, for instance, an Arrow Sudoku app, and we have Classic Sudoku 2 and the Worms, including a new worm by Blobs, his eclectic Sudoku worm, which features 12, 6, not just 9, 12 6x6 puzzles all connected. So there's loads going on. We have puzzles every week in the Wall Street Journal that we've made, so check those out. It's a great time to be part of the Cracking the Cryptic family, and you're very welcome here. Now, let's have a look at the rules of Puzzle Tank's puzzle. So normal Sudoku rules apply. We're going to try and put 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Digits inside a circle must appear at least once in the surrounding 4 cells. So there must be at least one 1, at least one 4, at least one 6, at least one 8 in these highlighted cells. And digits along an arrow sum to the digit in the arrow's circle. That's it. Very simple rule set today, and I believe a fairly approachable puzzle, so do have a go at it. And I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. I guess my solve will be recorded just as Puzzle Tank's creation has been recorded, so a nice symmetry. Now, that's an interesting arrow hiding behind this quadruple circle. That means these 2 digits are the same, and therefore I think the 1, 3, and 4 that are mentioned in the circle are the only possible digits. These 2 are the same. Imagine they were 1, then these others would have to be 3 and 4. So we can only select from those digits for these circles. Now, we don't know which digit it is on this arrow that repeats. So that doesn't rule 3 out of these cells. Oh, I'll tell you what is ruled out of all of these cells on the arrows is the 9 that has to appear on this arrow. It can't go here, here, or here because it would add to something else to make the arrow total, and you'd get a digit bigger than 9 in the circle, which is clearly impossible. So we'll whack the 9 in there. Now, 2 and 3 have to appear here at least once each, but That's not necessarily helpful. Now, a technique with quadruples that's quite useful is spotting the same digit appearing twice within rows or columns. So here, given these areas I've just highlighted, you can see that 6 and 8 must appear twice in the red areas. That's going to use up the 6 and 8 in rows 2 and 3. I mean, there's obviously one in each of those rows, but both are going to get used in those red areas. And therefore, 6 and 8 in box 2 must be up here in one of these cells, not in those rows. Same sort of thing is true for 1 and 8 as we look down here. So I can put 1 and 8 in a group of cells in box 4. That's quite interesting for this arrow, because now 1, which is in one of these cells, cannot appear on the arrow. You can see that this one, for instance, sees all of those cells, one in the same column and the others in the same box. And the same is true for those. So now the absolute minimum for this arrow is a 2 in this cell and a 2 and a 3 in those cells, which would add up to 7. So we can say that the total is either 7 or 9. We know it's not 8 because 8 in the box must appear in this 2 by 2 area. So it's either a 2 and a 2-3 pair, or it adds up to 9. Now, if they were 3 different digits, that would have to be 2, 3, 4. But as it is, I think there's 2 degrees of freedom. This one can't be a 4 because 4 again in the box is in one of those cells. So we're left with 2 or 3 here and quite low digits here with a maximum of 5 in either cell. So that was an interesting little excursion into the 1-8 pair. It would be very interesting to know if the video, I mean, I'll look at it afterwards, but I will be interested to find out whether the video foresees the ways I use of solving the puzzle, or whether I'm doing other stuff that isn't expected. I have no expectation that that would be the case, but right, these digits are 1, 3, 7, 8. So everything else in this box is 2, 4, 6, or 9. Could this be a 6? It certainly couldn't be 2. I was going to say or 4. It is true that it couldn't be 4, but it's a little more complicated than I thought. You could, in theory, put 1, 2, 1 on this arrow, but in practice you can't because the 1 in this box is in one of those cells, so it can't be here. So this is 6 or 9. To be a 6, I think this digit would have to be 2. It can't be 1 or 3. And then these 2 would be a 1-3 pair, but that is possible. Otherwise, this is going to be a 9. The 5 in box 1 can't be in those cells, and we've got this given 5, so it must be in one of those 2. Then we can run around the grid. Where's the 5 in box 3? It's not around these cells, which are 6, 7, 8, 9. So it must be in one of those 2. Now, if it's in the circle, that's very restrictive on the numbers on the arrow. But if it's on the arrow, then the circle's impossible because the 6, 7, 8, 9 in this box are confined to these cells. So if you were to put 5 there, you'd need a higher digit on the circle, and there are none available. So 5 is on the circle. This is where we should begin, where we should have begun. Got it now. Now, to get these to only add up to 5, this is quite interesting. These have to add up to a minimum of 3 because 1 and 2 are the lowest different digits available. So that's got a maximum of 2 now. There's only 1 degree of freedom at all, and that means one of these 2 cells is a 1, so I'm putting that in the corner. And there is definitely a 1 in use in one of those cells. Now that's quite interesting for this arrow, which has, if this digit couldn't be a 1, then this arrow would have to have 3 different digits, none of which could be 1. They would be 2, 3, 4, and that would be 9. And that would be easy. On the other hand, if the arrow does have a 1 on it, that 1 has to be here. And on this circle, on this quadruple, that's going to create a 1 here. Okay, this is quite interesting. So if that happened, you'd get a 1 here, a 1 here, not a 1 here, but a 2 here, and therefore these would have to be 1, 2. And at that point, the minimum for these is 3, 4. So with a 1 here, this arrow adds up to a minimum 8. With not a 1 here, it adds up to a 9. So this digit is 8 or 9, one or the other. And this is either 1, 3, 4. Well, no, it could be 1, 3, 5 or 2, 3, 4. I'm tempted to say there's a definite 3 on this arrow, but I'm not certain of that, and I'm not certain it would help even if I was confident it was true. That 5 was definitely very interesting. Now, let's have a look at this box. 5, I think, is confined to this area. And it cannot go in the circle this time. It went in the circle up there. The reason it can't go in the circle this time is these 3 digits all have to be different, and they have to add up to at least 1 plus 2 plus 3. That's more than 5. So the 5 goes on the circle, and then the 5 on the circle, what can it go with? Well, it could go with 1 or 2 at a minimum. So this now has a minimum of 8. And if it doesn't go with 1 or 2, it goes with 1 and 3. So there's definitely a 1 on this arrow. We know there's a 1 in one of those cells, and that is another sort of virtual X-wing. That's going to use up the 1s in column 7 and 8. The 1 in box 3 has to be in column 9. No, I'm very tempted to say that we're going to get an X-wing on 2 or 3. What are these digits? Right, they can't include a 1 because of that X-wing. Well, we knew they couldn't include a 1 because there was a 1 in box 6 in one of those positions, but they don't include a 1. Now what I'm going to say next is that they don't include a 2 and a 3 in these cells. Because, no, I'm gonna say more than that. Well, they don't, because these have to have 1 digit out of 2 and 3. These have to have 1 digit out of 2 and 3. Oh, maybe, well, the problem with these being 2 and 3, which was a possibility, is that all of 1, 2, and 3 would be X-winged into these cells, and there's only 2 of them. So that can't happen. And I'm wrong, that's not right. These can't be 2 and 3 because you couldn't fill these cells both with 1, that's why. So 1 digit here is higher than 2 or 3. I'm wondering if it's 4. It's 4, 5, or 6. And on a circle, on a 3 different digit arrow, adding up to a single Sudoku digit, you have to have 2 very low numbers. So, and by very, very low, I mean from 1, 2, or 3. So we're going to have a 2 or 3 here, not both of them, and then a 1, 2, or 3 here as the second low digit. And this hasn't quite told me what's going on. I mean, we're very close to finding out, but I haven't done it yet. Okay, I'm going to have to, there isn't many other places to go in the puzzle, but I'm going to have to go somewhere else. These didn't have to include a 1, nor did these. Oh look, there's a 1, 2, 3, 4 quad. So 4 is definitely in one of those cells in this row. Unfortunately, that doesn't rule it out of these, because it could be the arrow digit that appears both. Oh, but these can't be from 1, 2, 3, 4. So on this quad, they're the 6, 8 pair. This is the 1, 4 pair. These now can't be 6 or 8. They're 7, 9. These are 6, 8. This digit is a 5. We haven't got a 5 in the row. We need a 5. These ones are from 2, 3, 7, 9. That one can't be 9. That 5 is going to put a 5 in one of these 2 cells, and then a 5 in one of these 2, which is another X-wing, but not a useful one because we already know where 5 is at the bottom. We are very close to a full breakthrough. I haven't made it yet. Now, if that's a 9, things get a bit tight. No, I don't know. I feel like I've seen enough here to get in, but I can't quite work it out. Is there definitely a 4 in one of these cells? Or this digit repeats in one of those and one of these 3. Slightly interesting, but probably not enough. Oh, come back down here. 1, 3, 7, 8. Oh, we now know 1 is in one of those cells. So this is an effective X-wing again. The 1 in row 9 must be in one of those. Now, if we knew that this arrow had to have a 1 on, we would know it was in this cell. If it's a 6, there must be a 1 on the arrow because it can't be 2, 2, 2. If it's a 9, though, there are various ways. This would probably be a 2, but that could repeat here. It's interesting, and I feel it's telling that if there's a 1 on the arrow, it's here. I imagine this is going to end up being a 1, but you're not here to watch me imagining things. This could even be a 6, which I hadn't really allowed myself to consider before. Wow, I still need a tiny bit of a nudge to get going in this. We've got, what, 3 digits written into the puzzle after 13 minutes. It's not quite as approachable as I thought it might be, but that's fine. That's fine. We like a challenge, but we're still going to have to solve it. Okay, let's consider these 2 arrows together. Adding up, imagine they only added up to 12. Have 3 there. No, I don't think they can be considered together. Although, if this wasn't a 5, this would be another 1, 2, 3, 4 quad, which is quite interesting. I don't know, I can't quite see whether we do. These are at least 2 and 3 because they can't. No, they're at least 2 and 4 because you can only use 1 very low digit. Hence, this is a maximum 3. Is there something about the fact that we have to put 2 and 3 in these cells? I don't think it's that useful. We already know we can't put 1 in these cells. If this wasn't 2 or 3, these would both be 2. These would both be 2 and 3. Oh, that's quite interesting. Then this couldn't be a 4, because 4, 2, and 3 would all see this cell, which can't be a 1, and therefore this would have to be at least 5. If this cell was a 5, these would be 2 and 3, and the only way you could make up this arrow without using a 1 here is 5, 2, 2. That doesn't work either. So, that's really weird. Because of the nature of this quadruple, this digit can't be 4 or 5. It clearly can't be 6 either, because, again, you would need 2, 3 here on this quadruple, and you're not allowed a 1 there. So this digit is one of the low digits, 1, 2, or 3. We've worked out it can't be 4, 5, or 6. This digit is the 4, 5, or 6, because we've now got a 1, 2, 3 in the box. This one can't be 1, because we had that position of 1 being in one of those cells. Now, this is the 4, 5, or 6. This is a 1, 2, 3, 5 quad now. So the 5 in that quad must be in one of these 2 cells, and this one is not 5 anymore. feel like one of these has to be a 1, but no, I'm not going to make that claim yet. There had to be a 5 on this. Did there? How did I know there wasn't a 4 on this? Have I got this arrow? No, I knew there was a 5 because there had to be a 5 on the arrow by Sudoku. That's right. Oh, that's fascinating. Okay, well, at least I haven't made a clear criminal mistake. Now, this digit is going to be my next full digit. It sees that 1, 2, 3, 5 quad in the column, and it sees this 6, 7, 8, 9 quadruple in the box. So there's only 4 left to go in there. And these remaining digits in the box are from 1, 2, 3. 1 is in one of those cells by an X-wing we did. And now we have a 1, 2, 3 triple in column 8. The 5 in column 8 is going to have to be in one of these cells. And we've got a 5 in one of those two, and that X-wings, that uses up the 2 5s in rows 5 and 6. This couldn't be 5 anymore. This could be a 5, but only if these were both 2s, and that won't work, because where would 2 go in column 2? That's bizarre, but it can't go down here because it's not on that quadruple and it's not on this circle. So that's not a 5 either. So now we're selecting from 2, 3 and 4 only here. And that's given us a 1, 2, 3, 4 quad that I didn't have before. This can't be a 1 as a result of that. What else about this 1, 2, 3, 4 quad? Well, that can't be 5 or 9. I don't know. I still don't know that this isn't 7. If it was 7, we'd have a 2 here and a 2, 3 pair. That would give us a 1 here and a 1, 3 pair. These would have to be 1 and 4 at that point. Still can't resolve that. Oh, it's driving me mad now. Right, let's just 1, 2, 3, 5. So these are definitely high from 6, 7, 8, 9 in the column. Again, 1, 2, 3 in this column. So these can't be that low. We've had a 1, 2, 3 triple here. I'm just going to yellow these just so I can see where the 1, 2, 3s are. 2 of them are here in this box. The one that's a 5 is clearly not. There is a third 1, 2 or 3 in this column then, because we need a third one in this column. But I don't know what it is. Wow, I keep making these tiny little baby steps towards a solution. They're just not quite enough. 1, 2, 3, 4 quad. If I could rule 4 out of here, then 4 would have to be the repeat digit here. Right, if this is 4, then we're up to a minimum total of 8. So that's a 9, and these would be a 2, 3 pair. And what does that do? That gives us a 3 X-wing? Not necessarily. They would also see these digits, which couldn't be 2, 3 or 4, or 5, or the 9. That's quite powerful, but not quite enough. I love this puzzle. It's very clever, and it's defeating me a bit at the moment. I'm so close, I think, to making full breakthroughs, and I'm not there. I'm patently not there. This arrow has to have a repeat digit, but it could be here. Those two could be the same. could be there. Then I feel it would definitely be here, that same repeat digit, and it wouldn't be a 3. Okay, this digit has to repeat in one of these 3 cells. That's not getting any parsnips buttered. If this was a 6, that would be a 6. This would become a 168 triple. I don't know. I don't know. I cannot say that it can't. Okay, let's think of something else. Do I know if those are the same digit? I don't think so. I'm just not using the fact that 2 and 3 are in these cells. If there was no 1 in these cells at all, then this would be a 2-3 pair. This would also be a 2-3 pair. This would be a 4. This would be 5. This would be 1. We'd have 1, 4, 5 up here. I can't see that it's impossible yet again. Oh, it's so... I think there's something really simple and I'm just completely missing it. Maybe I should be thinking about these 2 digits and where they go in this box. Because they're from 2, 4, 6, 9. This is 2, 4, or 6. Maybe I should just try and rule out it being a 6. Whatever that is, I know if it's 2, it could be here. If it's 4 or 6, it must go in one of these cells. If it's 4 or 6, this digit is a 9. Okay, so the only way this digit is a 6 is if this is a 2. Oh, then you'd get 4 and 9 here. That would have to be a 7. And this would be a 2. So if you'd have 1, 3, that 3 would have to appear here on this quadruple. Yeah, there's something about this quadruple that is messing with me. That digit, I was going to say on this quadruple, where does it appear? But the trouble is it doesn't have to appear. If it does appear on the quadruple, it can only be there. So if it's 1 or 3, it must also sit there. But it could be a 2 and therefore not appear on this little quadruple. I can't even say that these can't be a 3-4 pair. They just about could. Here's why they can't. Right. Look at this 1, 2, 3 triple. There is a 3 in that triple, and it's not here because of the 5 arrow. It's up here. So where's the 3 in box 1? That's the question I have not been asking for the last 15 minutes. The 3 in box 1 has to be here. Now, this can't be a 7, because 3, 2, 3, the minimum sum is 8. So that's a 9. I mean, it's such a simple question when you find it. This is now a 2, 3, 7 triple. So this is a 1, 4 pair. Actually, that makes this a 6, 8, 9 triple. But this 1, 4 pair means this digit is 1 or 4, and this is where the 3 on the circle goes. So it doesn't go there, or here. Now, these two have to add up to 6, and we can't use a 1. This is for this arrow. So they must be a 2, 4 pair. And 3 in the box is going to be in one of those cells. Ooh, we've got a 2, 5, 7 triple up at the top here. That can't be 5. The 2 amongst them is going to determine where 2 is in this box. It's here. And that is going to require that these 2 arrows, the cells on the arrow, are a 1, 2 pair. This digit becomes a 3. Now, I've done some pencil marking because we know there's a 1 on this arrow and a 1 on that arrow, so we know this can't be 1. That's 3, this is 1. Now we are making actual progress. So the 1-2 pair here provides an X-wing with a 2-4 here. Oh, that's a 1-4 pair, so that's not a 1 at the bottom. I'm certain I'm going to prove this is a 1 in a moment. Now, 9 in this box, that 9 is ruled out of those cells, so it must go in the circle, which is not particularly conducive to helping with this arrow, but, you know, it's still more information. These digits are from 2, 4, and 6. The 4 in the column, there is a 4 in one of those cells, so the 4 in the column has to be in one of those two. This is now not a 4, it is 2 or 6. Now there can't be a repeat digit on this arrow, because that repeat digit would be 2 and 2 with a 5 there, but that can't be a 5. So this is 3 different digits, and it's either a 1, 2, 6 triple or a 2, 3, 4 triple. Since we've got a 1, 4 looking there, if it was a 2, 3, 4 triple, that would be 3, that would be 4. If it's a 1, 2, 6 triple, we worked out some time ago the only place for 1 on the arrow is in this cell, and this would be 2 or 6. Now, in the column, maybe. We haven't done anything with 7. It could be there. No, I don't know. I don't think I can complete the column at the moment. I still don't know what this is. So let's try and use the 1, 2 pair here. We've had, or this 3. Could this be 8? 1, 3, 4, 8. I don't know. If that's 6, we're in clover, really. We can really get on with things. Oh, do we know there's a 7? No, we don't know there's a 7 here. We definitely need a 2 in one of these cells. We can't get away with them both being 1. Therefore, neither of these can be 2. Therefore, the 2 in box 5 must be in this row. It's a surprising conclusion. Actually, it's not a helpful one because we already had a 2 X-wing happening. We've also got this 1, 2, 4 triple, which I'm not again using. The 5 in this row must be here. That's the only cell it can go on. We've got those 2 5s positioned to stop it going anywhere else. I mean, not deliberately, it's just happened. So that places 5 at the top. Can we do, no, we've got an X-wing on 5s there and another one there. So 5, 2, 4, 1, 3 we can place now in the box because of that. That's good. Then it's on in one of these cells. That's a 2, 3, 4, 5 quad. This digit must be in one of those two, and now it can't be 9. If that was a 9, there'd be nowhere for 9 in this box. Put another way, that 9 must appear in one of these two cells, and this is an 8, and that is going to be huge. Now we know this goes 8, 4, 3, 1. Now we know where 1 is in the box, and then we immediately know where 8 is in the box as well. And this is a 6, 7, 9 triple. And this now is a 2, 5 pair, where the 5 has to go in column 5. That's going to give us the 5 over here. That 1 is giving us 4 in this arrow and 1 on the quadruple. Everything else in box 5 is 6, 7, or 8. Neither of these can be 8 anymore. Everything else in box 6 is 6, 7, or 9. These 1, 2, 2, 4s, these should be done somehow, I feel, but I can't quite see how. Okay, that 8. Oh, and this 9. Oh, goodness. Either 9 is going to be in one of those cells or 8 is going to be in one of those. Or both. No, not both, because this digit needs 8 or 9. Well, that didn't resolve. That 9 is looking at this cell. So 9 is placed in box 4. 9 also can't be here. 9's in one of those two, one of those two, one of those three, one of those three, one of these two. Useless. Right. 3 can't be there either. We've got to have, that's not a 1. So by Sudoku and an X-wing in the bottom, in rows 7 and 8, we've found a 1. This now is 2 or 6. What's more, this is a 2-6 pair, and they both see that cell. Both 2 and 6 see that cell, so that cell is the 4. It's a lovely deduction at this late stage of a puzzle. These 2 also see the 2-6 pair, so they can't be 2 or 6. They also can't be 4. In fact, I can place 4 in the box. These are from 3, 7, 8, and the one on the right can't be 3. This is not 9. So we still need a 4 in this row. I'm going to slap it in the corner. And now in this column, 3 has to be in one of these cells. And suddenly that gets taken off the arrow, which must be a 1, 2, 5 arrow adding up to 8. Now that's not 8. 1, 2, 5, 8, 4. So that's effectively given us a new quadruple that wasn't really a quadruple. 3's in one of those. This is 6 or 7. This is 3 and 9. That's not 9, but this is. That's going to fix 7, 9 up there. That's going to fix 6, 7 down here. It's a lovely puzzle. I haven't done well at it, but I am getting through it now. 2 there, 6 there. This is 6, that's 7, that's 6. That's 8 and 6. That's 2 and 4. That's 1 and 4. 2 and 7 up the top is done. We're going to finish off this 3, 8 pair completely now. Maybe not this 1, 7 pair at the moment. Now, those are probably... Oh, 6, 8 at the top are done, but not the 1, 2s and 5s. Right, up here, that's a 6. 3 and 9 over this side. That 9 is going to go into box 8 and box 2, and that's all the 9s in the grid. This can't be 8, so 8 is placed in box 5. That can't be 2. Neither of these can be 3, so the 3 is found. This is a 7, naked single, and that's going to finish us off. 6, 7, 2, 7. Let's get rid of the yellow cells because they did their job very well. Although I found it quite hard to pay the right amount of attention to them. This becomes a 2, 1, 5, 5, and a 2 to finish, and that's the solution. It'll be very interesting to have a look at Puzzle Tank's video and see how much of that, if we can, was actually baked in. How much of the logic I found was deliberately set up from the start. That's always one of the most interesting things when you've just solved a puzzle, to review it like that. So you can check for yourself with your own solution path, which may have differed from mine in some ways, how much had Puzzle Tank planned for you and how much sort of came about, which is always very interesting analysis. So thank you very much for watching us on the channel. Always a pleasure to bring you something, especially something new, like a puzzle where the creation was recorded. And I'll be reviewing it quietly in my own time, and you can do the same. We'll see you again soon on the channel, I hope. Thank you. Do visit Cracking the Cryptic and engage with us in some way. We love it when you do. And we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.